Hello, friends. This is another episode of the program Empire of Lies, in which we discuss manipulation and disinformation in the Russian media. Putin between Oreshnik and Pushkin, how Russian propaganda sells a threat to Europe. Russia is back on the world stage, not as a diplomat or partner, but as a source of threats. Vladimir Putin's latest speech at the Valdai Discussion Club, blown out of proportion by the program 60 Minutes, became the quintessence of Kremlin rhetoric, a mixture of nuclear allusions, historical citations, and cheap shots at the West. Putin speaks of new military developments, of Oreshnik, an obscure euphemism for a nuclear system, compares NATO to a paper tiger, and threatens a harsh response to Europe for its militarization. All this is accompanied by theatrical quotations from Pushkin and Orwell, as well as nostalgia for the songs of the band Lyube. But behind the literary veneer lies a simple goal: to convince Russians and Europeans that Moscow is ready for confrontation and that compromise is unnecessary. Europe as an enemy, Trump as an interlocutor. It's significant that Putin's speech portrays Europe as the main aggressor, a warmonger. European capitals are supposedly becoming centres of threat, and it's there that NATO trainers and instructors are supposedly fighting on Ukraine's side. But at the same time, words of respect are addressed to Donald Trump. He listens, he's straightforward, he's without hypocrisy. Thus, a false contrast is created. Europe is a hypocritical enemy. In my opinion, President Trump, we've known him for a long time, is a bit of a shocker. We all see it, the whole world sees it. But he's basically the kind of person who listens, oddly enough. He listens, hears, and reacts. So, basically, he's a comfortable interlocutor, I would say. The American president had a closed intelligence briefing scheduled for 11 a.m. Washington time. That's when Putin began his speech. Putin warned President Trump against the idea of the United States handing over Tomahawk missiles capable of striking Moscow to NATO, which would then send them to Ukraine. As for the Tomahawks, they're powerful weapons. Admittedly, they're not exactly modern, but they're powerful and pose a threat. And of course, this won't change the balance of power on the battlefield. Putin may be calling the transfer of Tomahawks to Kyiv a qualitatively new stage of escalation. Reuters writes that the likelihood of this is extremely low.